Optimus Prime, and I just got done making cookies! So I thought, you know what, I'm going to bottle up all this energy, and I'm going to do a Transformers review, one that I've needed to do for quite a while. And that is, as you can tell by the title screen, and the title above or below, or wherever it goes, Transformers Cybertron Vector Prime. Now, Vector Prime is basically, what is it, the last Autobot? Or the first Autobot? Something like that? He's a time-traveling Autobot. He's very steampunk. He's old, he's wise, and he basically shows up in Transformers Cybertron to help them find the Omega Lock, which turns out only humans can hear. Which gives the kids something to do other than just stand around. Now, I added that Reaper label sticker, by the way, back when it was like that, so it was actually straight when I put it on, but Vector Prime is one of the cooler Primes, in my opinion. Well, for one, he's steampunk, and I love steampunk. That, and he comes with technically a Target Master sort of. If you put it on here, it becomes his gun. Very stiff, you know, pew pew pew, stuff like that. But he does come with a little minicon called Safeguard. Safeguard. Get him in a minute. It's playing hell with my audio again. Vector Prime, throughout the whole of Transformers Cybertron, is a very influential character. He's in almost all of the episodes, in some form or another. And my one shoulder's really loose on this guy. He has this gimmick where, in order to get to the giant planet, they have to go back in time or something like that. So they go through time the first time, perfectly fine, very good, very well, you know, no problems at all. But getting back is a problem, and it ends up claiming Vector Prime's life as he gets the Autobots through the vortex back to Cybertron with the Omega Lock to stop the giant planet. The giant key-infused Starscream. Basically the underbase powered Starscream of Transformers Cybertron. Only they didn't die. Some of them did, but anyway. So that Vector Prime meets his end in that episode when they're coming back from the planet Gargantua. However, in the climactic battle between Optimus Prime, or Galaxy Convoy, and Galvatron, because, of course, Megatron gets reformatted into Galvatron in this, Vector Prime gives Optimus Prime his sword. And Optimus does use this sword to kill Megatron. Now, one thing I will say about this sword, and it's a problem I've addressed in the Drift video, is that if you have him holding it in any dynamic way, and you can kind of see mine, it's warped. Just ever so slightly, it's warped. And that's because of the plastic that it is. And if you have him hold it like this, eventually it'll... It's not as flexible as Drift sword, but that's because it's a whole lot thicker than Drift sword. But there we go. Now he can hold the sword very well, and he uses this sword in the show many times to make bridges. It's like ground bridging. Space bridges. He slices at the air, makes a small tear. Prime uses a matrix, makes it bigger, and it is a space bridge, technically. So, that is basically Vector Prime. That's his character bio out of the way for now. And now we'll move on to Safeguard, his little companion. Safeguard actually does survive Vector Prime's death. But he really doesn't have anything to do after it, and he just sort of disappears. I do really like this little guy. He's one of my favorite minicons. And you all know my opinion on minicons. They're basically just Transformers steroids, or at least that's what they were in Armada. In Energon and Cybertron, though, you don't really see the minicons. At least, no, not until Cybertron. They aren't influential until Cybertron. Safeguard shows up with Vector Prime. He can go underwater, he can go in space, he can fly around as a plane. He's also sort of Vector Prime's search drone thing. But yeah. Vector Prime's transformation is very easy. You take the sword, plug it back into his backpack, which is awesome. His sword stores in his thing, his backpack, which can be a little kibbly, I suppose. I mean, it's just a giant backpack, but he had it in the show. So, there you go. And he does sort of have, he contains the motif of the two blue things on the side, one being the sword and one being just kind of molded, which is pretty cool. For the transformation, what you want to do, rotate the head around, flip up the front section of the ship, pull down those bits, slide that down. You're gonna have to forgive me because it's been years since I transformed this guy. I do mean years. He's been sitting on my shelf for years. Plug them in. I'm gonna take out the cyber key, but I'll show you what that does here in a minute. Take the wings, bring them out to the side like that. Take the legs, and there's a small peg, not Simon peg, small peg. There are two small pegs right there that the bottom of the feet has a small hole. Just plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Sorry. I know, it's very clicky, and I'm terribly sorry. And then you just take these, move them like that, split those open, split that open, and that's basically him done. Now you can take Safeguard and plug him into that little spot right there, right in front of the cockpit, and he does fill in the motif quite nicely. Now, Cyber Planet Key is one has 1, 2, 3, all 4 planets. It has Earth, Velocitron, Gigantia, and I can't think of the beast planet's name. I think they just call it Beast Planet. Planet of the Beasts or something like Jungletron, maybe? I don't know. It has Earth, Velocitron, Gigantia, and the Beast Planet, and of course it has the Autobot insignia down there in the very tiny little corner. You can't see it because my camera's crap. But you just plug that in and you get some sounds. Where's the thingy? I know the thing, but I'm looking for, Anyway, you just plug it in right there. You plug it into his crotch, which has to hurt. It's gotta hurt. Poor Vector Prime. Yeah. And if you hold it, well, I guess that's all it does. But that's all you get. So, yeah. There is a setting that it'll go on for like forever. It's really quite annoying. But that's about all I can say for Vector Prime. Because, again, I didn't read the comics, because I'm sure there's a comic that went along with Transformers Cybertron. There always is. He also has this obligatory, let's see if I can do it. Haha. Spring-loaded missile launcher. Just, pew, fires out the front of his ship. Which, if you didn't know that was there, you know, you could cover that up with some paint or something, and I'm sure they did on the Alpha Trion version. But a very nice little toy. One of my favorite characters from Transformers Cybertron. This toy originally belonged to Optimus 405. I believe I got him. Bloody hell. I got him, Blur. Frig. I know I got another one from him too. I got a couple of them from him. I'm not going to go on about what I got from who, because that's the reason I tear down these videos. But and I think I gave him the MP, the Masterpiece Thundercracker, along with like $20 he gave me or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, he rolls really nicely, which he shouldn't roll. He's a spaceship. He should fly. But really, if you fly, he'll just fall apart. Haven't you seen Toy Story? Anyway, that is all I can say for him, and I'm probably gone on far too long on this video. But just fantastic. Basically, he's the worst Transformer because legs, hands, torso. That's it. You know, he's a very clunky, very thick ship. But then again, he's supposed to be. He's old. Very old. No one knows quite how old Vector Prime is. Although, if you were going by current Transformers standards, I'd say he'd be one of the 13 original Primes. Vector Prime, probably. So that's it. I shall talk to you guys later, but for now, this is Roctimus Prime, signing off with Vector Prime, Safeguard. Saying, hope you guys have a great day. Oh, there's a little Autobot engraved on the back of the key. Saying, hope you guys have a great day, great night, whenever you're watching this. Take care, guys.